Welcome to this 5-part mini spiritual awareness series. So what we're going to do in this series is help you to grow spiritually, and I believe that as we grow personally, as we become aware of ourselves, that we really are growing spiritually. So we're just going to get right into it. The very first lesson today is about awareness of yourself. So for the duration of this little series, you're going to need a pen, you're going to need some paper. So you're going to need that right away. Go grab it right now. Pause the video. Okay, so now you've got your pen, now you've got your paper. Okay, so this very first exercise, we're just diving right in here. I want you to write out, you're going to write out your top 3 pet peeves. So these are the top 3 things that bother you the most. So I'm going to give you an example of that. This is your pet peeves about people's character. So it could be something like jealous people, people who lie, whatever it happens to be. So you're just going to take some time here right now. I want you to really think about it and just write down the top 3 pet peeves. Pause the video once you've done that, come back. Awesome. Okay, so you've got your top 3 written down. Okay, so now you're going to write on a scale of 1 to 10 how much those things bother you as you say them out loud as if it's you. So for example, let's say that you wrote down, same example as this before, jealousy, liars, whatever. So you're now going to say out loud, you actually have to say this out loud. I am jealous. I am a liar. Whatever your top 3 things are, you're going to say, I am this, whatever it happens to be. Then you're going to rate it on a scale of 1 to 10 of how much it bothered you, with 10 being it really bothered me, and 1 being it didn't bother me at all. So pause the video, do that right now. Okay, perfect. So now you've got your scale rating there. So you've got your list, your character, pet peeves, and how much these things bothered you. Okay, so now I'm just going to tell you here, if you were to have said, I'm a taxi cab, say it out loud. I'm a taxi cab. Does that bother you to say it? No, because you absolutely know that you are not a taxi cab. So it doesn't bother you. It's almost laughable. It's ridiculous, right? So when you go through this list and you said things and they actually did bother you, it is because, and you might not like this, it is because there is some awareness of yourself. There's something inside of yourself that you have not accepted. So if you said, I am a liar, and it really bothered you, then there is something inside of you. There is that tendency, or maybe you've lied about something in the past. Maybe there's a feeling of guilt that is there, but this is showing you that this is about you. It's not about other people. So as you might not like this, I know you might not like this. It's uncomfortable to say these things about yourself and then to realize like what, and sometimes people will get really defensive about it. Getting defensive is not going to help you grow. It's not going to change anything about yourself. So sorry to be harsh, but it's true. As you really begin to heal yourself, pretty soon, nothing that anyone else does will bother you. Because once you've healed these things inside of yourself, everything is a mirror. Everything is really just projecting. We're seeing things in other people and judging those things that we don't like about ourselves. And we might notice this with other people. You know, we might have a friend that is always complaining about negative people. That's an example. Oh, this friend, she's always complaining about negative people. But yet she herself is completely unaware that she is negative, that's what she's focused on. It's very similar to that. So she's judging other people being negative when herself is negative, and that's why it bothers her so much, or him, or whoever it happens to be. So now that you're aware of this thing, whatever it happens to be, because there was probably one thing on the list that, you know, was a little bit higher and bothered you a little more than the other things, you can learn to, first of all, accept that about yourself. So really admit to yourself, okay, let's use the example of a liar. Admit to yourself, okay, maybe I have lied about things. Not maybe, I have lied about things. So maybe there's a feeling of guilt that's there. Maybe there's something about that that you really don't like. So it's really about accepting, like, hey, you know, that I guess is a part of me. Because once you accept that it's a part of you, you're aware of it, and you can change it. That's all that it takes, is the awareness, the acceptance that yes, this is some part of me, and then you can actually work to change that. So I hope that you enjoyed this exercise. I don't know how enjoyable it actually is, but as we work through this little mini series here, this is the first one, so we're talking about awareness, becoming aware of ourselves, so that we can really begin to accept these things in ourselves, because when we don't accept these things, we're pushing these things away from ourselves. And as we're pushing these things away, I want you to just think about this. So I want you to just imagine here that the divine wants to give you everything, and everything is just being sent to you. It's just being sent to you. But as you push something away, you're actually pushing away what the divine has sent into you. So then you're going to stop receiving things that you should be receiving. So when you can accept all of the things, the good, the bad, the ugly, the beautiful, the wonderful, when you can accept all of these things, then that pushing stops, and then the flow in life begins to happen better and easier. So I love you all. I hope this exercise didn't upset you too much, but you can go to the Mental Cleanse series. So if this evoked any sadness or anger or frustration or guilt or anything like that inside of you from doing this, then of course you can go over to that Mental Cleanse series. You can start to release those things. You can start to really look deep inside and see these things about yourself, become aware of these things, and heal these things inside of yourself. So I love you all. I hope I didn't scare you off for the rest of the videos that are be coming out. And I hope you guys have the most wonderful day. Thank you so much for being here, and I'll see you in the next one. Love to you all.